I'm gonna get off the subject here. I'm working on a trailer. I bought a 5x10 trailer, flatbed. It was built by a farmer. It's like heavy, really heavy duty steel. And what I'm gonna talk about is how I build things, how I create things. I have a video on my YouTube, on my channel here, on the out yak that I built. So that's in there. I had bought a trailer and I built a box around it for kayaking. I do. My girlfriend, Mary, and I like to do kayaking. Sinuses. But I built that for this, but then it wasn't big enough for what I wanted. When I got the buggy, I needed a bigger trailer, so I bought this trailer. And what I do is, excuse me. What I do is when I make plans to do something, like the flatbed trailer is kind of, I don't know if you can see this or not. I'm making a covered wagon. I don't know if you can see that or not. Just throw it up. Making a covered wagon out of a trailer. It looks like that. And the front part of the trailer, I've been thinking about. I bought a metal box you put on trucks, you know, with the lid and that. And the front of the trailer would be kind of like this. So what I do is I take the graph paper and draw out plans. And by the way, I took up mechanical drawing because I used to work for a machine company that I worked in the blueprint room when I was 18 years old. I forgot I was involved with the engineering too. I worked in an engineering firm. So I basically been drawing plans. So what I do is when I do something, I draw plans. I take measurements. I don't know if you can see that or not. I'll hold it straight. So I take measurements, and what I'm doing in the front of the trailer is I'm building a aerodynamic front, where the buggy comes in. It's not quite 8 foot. The buggy's not quite 8 foot long, but the front is. I got 2 foot in the front. So that first part of the trailer, the first part here is 2 foot, and the rest is, 8 foot. So I always plan everything. I would just draw everything out, and then I basically build it in my mind. When I do something, I build everything in my mind. I know exactly what I'm doing, but a lot of times I'll draw out the plan on a piece of paper and go by and use measurements. But usually when you're doing something, a lot of measurements are always changing. So, but I'm making a covered wagon where I bought plywood. It's over here, 2 4x sheets. It's gonna start raining here pretty soon. I'm gonna have to get out of here. Well, I don't have to, but it'll get noisy. So the 8 footers are going to be on the sides, and I'm building up for cover, like a flatbed. When I drove truck, I drove a flatbed, and you had these sidewalls that you could put in, and it slides into the rails. And then you had these loops that went over top. The loops went over top and then fit into these rails, and then you had tarp that you put over. That's what I'm building for this. Okay, so my plans, I've been drawing plans. I got some of the material. I buy material over time because I can't just afford to buy it all at once. So I've been buying material to do this, and I've got a lot of material. I got 2x2s with this front part here. where the front 2 foot is in here, this is going to be, this part here is going to be, well, here's the walls, the 4-foot walls, because the buggy's going to be about up here, this high. Then the covered part will be up. but you got, I'm using 2x2s as the box part. The first part is going to be closed in, and then I got solar panels I'm going to run up here that I'll store inside this part here, and I'll bring them out when we go camping and put them up here or on top of the roof part, so we get solar panels. I have solar set up when we were doing RVing, but I got 10 watts or 10 amp hour solar panels, or 200 watts I think it is. I can't remember. I think it's 200 watts, 4.5 amp hours a piece for these great solar panels. So I'm just gonna but that's gonna be where I'm going to put the like the toolbox in there, solar panels and the solar stuff in the front of that. That's going to be kind of like boxed in with wood, and I'll paint it all, but I'm not going to totally cover it. It's going to be kind of open, but when you tarp it, it's going to be a covered wagon. And then the sides, I'm going to put hinges on the sides so that the sides will just go like this, and then I can throw the kayaks on there and then wheel that down to the lake if I wanted to. Just haul the kayaks down there. But the kayaks, the buggy, and then the kayaks will go inside, alongside the buggy, and then everything's going to be, tied up and caged in. So basically, it's going to be a covered wagon, so nobody really can tell what's inside there. It's like out of sight, out of mind. I mean, people might, if they get curious, they might want to look under the tarp. But everything's going to be strapped down, locked up, from the back ramp and everything will fold up, and there'll be plywood that makes it as doors. They'll shut the door, or put the ramps up, and then the doors will come around and shut that in, and it'll be totally enclosed, be out of the weather anyways. So basically that's my plan for the covered wagon trailer for my buggy and my kayaks. So, and I'll probably do some videos on it as I'm going. I just thought I'd kind of put that out there. I think I hinted on it in some other videos when I was doing the hammerhead restoration. Check them videos out. Like, share, and subscribe. This is in I think part 5. I just but I'll talk more on survival, on how a person can survive in hard times. Okay, have a nice evening.